Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Chargers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Brady. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best design plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now Brady. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season on 4th down on his Logan Cook to punt. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
2nd and 14. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone.
but unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Brady now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 36. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles, 8-0. What a great start. Clearly under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kyle Van Noy. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Hands it off out of the gun. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
It's important to do, especially early in the game like they have. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And to give this time to the tailback. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. From the shotgun, Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They go play action with Wilson. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! That's caught. Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Brady. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Brady. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd and 12, Brady. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Brady. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated.
all they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. Escaping the pressure right.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Play action. Now Wilson. This one caught by Isabella. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Andy Isabella. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Brady going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. The final shot before half for Brady. Throwing right, and that's complete. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff looking right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Oh, what a catch by Pitts. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. He tried to get away, but to no avail, and an absolute killer there. A 12-yard loss on 1st and goal. 2nd down and goal. Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. Throwing is Wilson. Touchdown, Seahawks. Andy Isabella, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st down, Brady. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff say, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. That catch good for only a couple. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play action. It's Wilson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Marquise Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 41, Brady, he's going to air one out. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go play action now. Wilson being chased out left. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd and 9. Brady, quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Hey, Alabama.
To throw, it's Brady. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now he'll throw with Brady. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. One final try now for Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Seahawks come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm ready for more. You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. This mobile that came from my money is silly. I feel an envy, not trying to be friendly. It is what it is, if you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, know I keep it steady. Yeah, I get the W, throw the confetti. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more.